Hey guys, you're watching Boogie Plays Games, where Boogie sometimes plays games, and I just recently, this last week, played the entirety of Firewatch. And if you want to see the entire stream in which I played it, I'm going to link to the Twitch VOD down below. You can click on that and watch the entire game if you'd like. I'd originally intended to do a first look at this game, but I knew with its short price tag of $17, I think it goes up to $20 after a while, but it started off at $17. I knew that this game was going to be a fairly short game, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. It lasted about 3.5 hours or 4 hours. I think if you powered through it, you could get through it in 3 hours. If you explore and do more stuff and check out everything and make sure you don't miss any of the hidden secrets and stuff, probably take it closer to 5 hours. It took me right around 4. Now, I guess that means the value per hour spent is not very good. 4 hours, it's a little under $5 a pop. That's fine. If you're a budget-conscious gamer, this might be a game you'd want to pick up on sale. Though I got to definitely say I got my $17 worth. I played the PC version, and I did run into 1 or 2 bugs during that 4-hour period, but they were easily resolved just by reverting back to a previous save. I never had any major glitches or anything like that. It ran really well on PC. Aesthetically, the game is exactly what I was hoping it would be. Absolutely gorgeous. I expected it to look beautiful based on the E3 trailer and the other trailers that I'd seen, and it looked exactly the way that I hoped it would. It is stylized, certainly, and the version of it you're seeing right now is part of my stream capture, so it probably doesn't look that great to you. But once you're in the game, you're definitely going to see that it's a very beautifully designed game. Surprising how well they used the Unity engine to make this happen. I was likewise blown away by the voice acting, and I thought they did a fantastic job. Sissy Jones, as Delilah, did a very good job. Some people in chat seem to be annoyed with her for some reason or another, but I had no problem with her at all. Rich Sommer, who is one of my favorite actors from the series Mad Men and the other small bits that I've seen him in. Yeah, he did a fantastic job as well. They had a decent chemistry, the lines were delivered well, everything overall when it came to voice acting was spot on. The storyline was pretty solid, actually, and it reminded me of those old school games like Space Quest and King's Quest and Leisure Suit Larry. It's definitely an adventure-style game, only it takes itself very, very seriously, which it should, because it's dealing with some pretty mature and serious subject matters. Because of those subject matters, I found myself enthralled pretty much right away, and that's why I beat the game all in one sitting, not just because it was short, but because I was very eager to see how it played out. I had some 2,000 people in my stream at one point, all really enjoying the game. Many people sat with me through the entire thing, so I know that my audience was enthralled as well. I think overall we all enjoyed the game quite a bit. My biggest complaint, and no spoilers here, but I will say my biggest complaint is how the game ends. A lot of people felt that it ended weirdly or anticlimactically or not that interesting. I kind of feel, after spending a couple of days away from the game, having played it, that it absolutely probably needed to end that way. I think they could have done more with it, and maybe they even should have done with it, but I get what they were going for, and now, a few days out, I'm fairly satisfied with the ending after all. A lot of people are going to feel that the game was probably too short for the amount of money that you're expected to pay for it, and if to that I say go ahead and pick it up on sale. Some people are going to call it a walking simulator, and that is very fair, because that is exactly what it is. But as far as walking simulators go, this is pretty much the only one I have enjoyed to date. And honestly, I've begun to appreciate short games like this. I don't mind paying 10 or 15 or maybe even $20 for 4 or 5 hours of entertainment. I feel as long as that price per hour compensation is somewhere below $5, I'm comfortable with that. And I felt that this game told the story that it wanted to tell in the amount of time that it needed it, and didn't pad it out with a bunch of search quests or item pickup or any of that stupid shit. They really did take a lot of the meaningless, boring, collecting bullshit aspect out of this game and just used the game as a way to tell the story. And in this case, I really appreciated it. I would definitely say that if you got an afternoon or an evening free and you just want to sit down and play through a story and you don't mind spending $15 or $20 to do it, this is probably one of the better games to do that with. And I hope that maybe you do consider picking it up. Of course, it will eventually be on Steam sale and probably PlayStation sale as well. You'll be able to get it cheaper. I'm sure there's probably a version of it, since it is using the Unity engine, that will bring it to iPad and Android as well. So that's another option to pick it up on your tablet at a cheaper price at a future date. But I do think it's a game you'll really enjoy if you choose to play it. And that's pretty much it. Short review for what is relatively a short game. Short but enjoyable. And I think this is my first official review for this channel. This might actually be my very first review of all time. I'm not sure entirely. How do you end a review? What do you say at the end? Maybe you should play it if you like story-style games and you're interested in an interesting story that doesn't end perfectly. I guess you give it a score? Like, do you give it a score? What kind of score would we give it? Francis, what kind of score should we give it?
I don't know. How do you rate a walking simulator? Well, like how far you walk, right? Like 200 kilometers. Give it a 200 kilometers.
All right, 200 kilometers is what we're giving it. Thank you, Francis.
Thank you. Fuck off.
All right. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much.